Hello and welcome to Blue Army TV. I'm sitting after Carlisle have lost 1-0 away from home at Leyton Orient in what's a really disappointing result, I think. Especially with the performance that we put in there to come away again not having scored a goal. It's really, really frustrating because you know this is 4 games in a row now we haven't scored a goal. Coming to the end of the season now, 7 games left. You know, we need to get into that goal scoring form again, which I think we will. But look, we've got 2. I don't want to say easy games because no games are easy, but 2 games that aren't against really difficult opposition like what we've had recently. Like I think our last 4 games have been Stevenage, Bradford, Gillingham, Leyton Orient. You know, in that run we've played Stevenage, who was second, Leyton Orient, who were first, and we've lost to 1, drawn to 1. Bradford, who are a very, very good side, looking to break into the top 3 as well, and Gillingham, who are the most informed side in the league right now. And we're coming up against 2 teams, Tranmere and Walsall, I believe, that aren't in the best of form now. I think we need to really show some intent in them 2 games, especially with the looking to get 10,000 for that Tranmere game, which we probably should do easily. But look, onto the Leyton Orient game. A wicked double deflection. It'll go down as a John Mellish own goal, but I can't really blame him too much for it. It was just... them goals happen, and they're free goals, and look, it's a bit of luck from Leyton Orient, and that's what it was today. It was a bit of just unlucky all round. Do I think we did enough to win it? Probably not. As Paul Simpson said it best. He said, if you can't score, you can't win games. You know, in essence, that's pretty much paraphrasing. That's what he said. And it's a really disappointing result for us. I feel a bit sorry for John Mellish because he scores that own goal, which I don't think there's anything he could really do about. I think it's just really unlucky deflection. And then he gets past the keeper, and it's probably the best chance we've had in these 4 games. And it's cleared off the line from a really poor shot. I think when the keeper's come out, he's tried to get the ball. He's caught Mellish, put him off balance a little bit, and he hasn't been able to get a proper shot away. Which, look, that's going to happen, and that's not a penalty or anything like that. It's just he's unbalanced him a little bit, which he's got every right to do. But, look, he should be scoring that. He had time. He didn't have to shoot as early as he did. He had time. He was round the keeper. He could have stabilised himself and took a proper shot instead of whatever that was that he tried to get away at goal. And it's just so disappointing, especially with Leyton Orient going down to 10 men. If that goal had gone in, who knows, you're a man up, you've just scored, the momentum's with you, maybe you go on and get the other, maybe you go on and get the 3 points in that game, but, that really, really enforces Leyton Orient when you miss that chance, and they then start to believe that it's their day, and that they can continue, and they can hold on for them 3 points, and that's exactly what they did. And look, Leyton Orient at the top of the league for a reason. They're a very, very good team, and you saw that with some of the passing play, but were they miles ahead of Carlisle? I don't think they were. I think for large parts of the game we were the better team. But look, it's a lot better performance than last week at Gillingham, and that's a big thing to take away from that. But you're coming towards the end of the season. Performances don't count for anything come the end of the season if you can't score goals. Yes, we played a million times better than what we played at Gillingham, but they're both going to go down as the same thing. They're both going to go down as 1-0 results, and that's what's going to matter come the end of the season. And if we can't score goals, and he's changed his strike partnership again, it was Patrick and Dennis that started the game, and Dennis, I don't really know what's happened to him, but he didn't really offer anything. Neither did Patrick in that game. Patrick was poor. Dennis, you always think there's a threat there because we've seen it all season, but he spends half his life offside. I don't know why he does it, because yes, he's not the fastest, so he can't really afford that extra running room that Patrick does. But look, he can't live offside like that, and he's done it all season, to be fair to him, and it has worked a lot of the time. But he's always offside, Dennis. It's really frustrating. Maybe that's part of his game, and maybe it's something I'm not seeing, but look, I don't know what I'd start next week. I think Ryan Edmondson probably needs to start. I think that's who I would go with. Maybe alongside a Dennis or alongside a Garner, which he did swap to. On the 70th or 60th minute, I can't remember which one. He went to Garner and Edmondson even. And I think Paul Simpson likes Edmondson, and I can see why. He's really good with his head. He's really fast, really fast for a man that's as tall as him. And he's got a good shot on him. He actually hasn't scored from a shot this season. They've all been headers. but he has got a good shot on him, and he is a very good striker, a young striker that I think Paul Simpson wants to sort of develop, and I can see why he's going with him, and I probably would agree to start him next game. But look, it's a long away day. It's the furthest I've travelled for an away game. Shout out to everyone that was on Sonny's bus. It was a good away game. I enjoyed going down, sitting with some Plymouth fans in a pub down there that had come up to the game. Obviously, they're playing. They're going to be playing the Papa John's Trophy final tomorrow, and they just decided to come and sit in the Carlisle away end. So shout out to them, lot that I was speaking to as well. But yeah, really, really good support from Carlisle. Over 1,000 that have travelled the length of the country. Like, obviously, we've got a decent supporters branch in London, but you look at the distance there. I don't think there's many other clubs, never mind the league, in the country that could bring them sort of numbers across that sort of distance. Like, you've got to think, Carlisle to London, that's a 6 and a bit hour drive down. Plus people that don't even live in Carlisle, like me, I had to travel an hour into Carlisle before I managed to get the bus to then go down. It's a long trip, and there's a lot of people that made it, and as a supporter of Carlisle, I can be proud of my supporters, of the fan base we've got, because they do bring that kind of numbers, and it's really, really impressive, and I hope we show it again this weekend at Tranmere, which I'm sure we're gonna, because the ticket prices have been slashed. They're making a real effort to try and promote this. It's gonna be good, and look, we haven't won 4 games, but 2 defeats on the bounce. The fact that that's seen as a massive, massive bad spell in our season, 2 1-0 defeats to top of the league, and top of the league in terms of form. We're still right in there in the contention for them automatic promotion places. Yes, we've had a little bit of a dip, but we're coming into some easier games now. We've got 2 sort of... I think if we win these next 2 games, which we're very capable of, I think people will start to forget about this bad run. And then we're going straight into playing Stockport. And if we can get them 3 wins coming next, which we're very capable of doing. Because look, the defence and the midfield have both been up to the standard they have been all season. I think especially the defence. Look, Feeney went off injured today, which is obviously a big factor. We've lost our captain within the first 10 minutes. And maybe that did have an impact on the game, but I don't think it really did. I think we've got good centre-backs on the bench. Barkley came on, but I also think we've got Whelan to come on as well if need be. And the sad story of the day is obviously Finn back as well. Just come back from injury. I don't know whether it's the same injury or something different. Maybe they've rushed him back too fast. But yeah, he comes off injured early on. Jordan Gibson comes on to replace him. I like Jordan Gibson. I think Jordan Gibson should probably be starting in the midfield. Starting him, but he's not a right back, is he? I like John Gibson, but he ain't a right back. He played some good stuff, to be fair to him, but he doesn't have the defensive side that a Finn back or a senior or a Jack Ellis brings to the table. So look, we've got the squad, we've got the players. Yes, we've had a couple of injury setbacks. I don't know how long either of them are going to be out for. Hopefully not too long. Especially with Finn back, because he's just come back from such a long injury as well. It would be so cruel to see him out for further, and obviously you want your captain back for the remaining games of the season. But yeah, disappointing one to take, but a weird one to say the least. Look, we win these next 2 games, which we're capable of doing, and all this goes away, and I think we are going to do it. I actually do believe that these next 2 games we're going to win. We've showed twice already this season that we can beat Tranmere, and I just hope we go on and do that again. But yeah. Look, thank you for watching. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel, and in a bit.